When it comes to internal temperature, guys, the instant read thermometer is always going to be the best thing to do, especially because once you start probing it and everything, you start to feel how the meat feels, right? So I've always had this Inkbird. It's great. I'll have a link in the description below. It's always served its purpose, not a problem. But there has been some things that, you know, I would update, right? Mainly because you pull this out, turns on, no problem. But this orange look, man, this orange backlight, I don't know. It's a little odd for me, I guess. Now we have the Chefstemp, right? This one won an award, Red Dot Award or something like that, for being pre-fast. And I like it. I like the bulkiness, but more than anything, man, I love the aesthetics of it. It's very modern. It's pretty awesome. I really like it. But how do they perform? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. All right. So I have them set up right now with low light, with just a little bit of light. And I do this because most of the time when we are outside here barbecuing like I am right now, brisket 5 a.m., you know, sometimes we won't have all that full light, right? Maybe we just have moonlight, maybe just a little bit of light on the outside. All right, so let's go ahead and test out the Inkbird low light deal. All right, 60 degrees, 59. I think it's like 55 degrees outside. I'm not 100% certain. There you go, 55 degrees. Now this little light, it's not as bright as what it makes it look, but I mean, it does a good job. I think I don't mind it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Chefstemp. This thing looks very modern, man. I really like it. Ooh, okay. Thing moving pretty quick. Took a bit for the Inkbird to get to the 50s. This one's pretty good. All right, so I like the backlight on this a little bit more, mainly because it's not the entire backlight that's lighting up. It's more the numbers on the Inkbird. Actually, this one, okay, this one says 54, the backlight already removed. But you can see where the numbers are black, and in this case, the numbers are the actual light. So I kind of like that. The only thing is that on the Inkbird, I'm not exactly sure why this is, but the backlight turns off. So if you're in a very dark area, or even just angle it different, just like I am right now, you're not gonna read it. Now you could just close it and open it up again, but then it's gonna reset the temperature because your finger is touching the probe. See, you gotta give it some light in order. What about this one? Oh, it's still pretty good. But on this one, if you turn it just a little bit, you're not gonna see it, man. So I kind of like this. Alrighty, that's pretty awesome. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Supposedly this thing is already on the 170s. Yeah, that looks about right. Damn near instant too. Wow. This thing is awesome. And it's holding there. All right, let's go ahead and try the Inkbird. Y'all saw that, right? All right, same spot. Taking a little bit. See, with the Inkbird, I've always had to do with this stuff, man. I'm not sure if the camera is capturing it, but it's hard to capture it. But just now, it just hit 173. There you go. There you can see it. 173, and it just now 174. So it did take quite a bit. Let me bust out this one again so that the camera can see it if it didn't capture it. There you go. Look at that. Look at how fast it is, man. Look at how wow, this thing is this thing is awesome, man. Look at how fast it's going down too. Well, this thing is because it's closer to the smoker, closer to ambient temp. Wow, that thing is nuts, man. So the Meter Plus is saying 204. That's what it's saying, and the meat stick is reading about the same. So I'm glad that both of them are reading about the exact same. let's go ahead and check out what it reads with the Inkbird. It's kind of hard to angle it this way. There we go. 204. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the flat. It's kind of hard to angle it just right. Let's see the flat. Flat is at 201. Okay. Let's check out with the Chefstemp. And here's the great thing about it, man. You can flip it the other way. Flat is around 200 right in the center. She's done. Let's go ahead and call it. But see how this thing is? It's pretty awesome. You can angle it this way, and I'm not trying to exaggerate. I couldn't go from this side to that side because the camera is obviously right here, so I would have to come from this side. And with the Inkbird, it's a little bit tough to go ahead and do, but with this thing, pretty awesome, man. I'm really liking this thing a lot. So what can I say about these two instant read thermometers, guys? Well, I'll say this, man. The Inkbird, I used it for such a long time, and I've been using it. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this thing has been pretty good to me. It's nice, it's cheap. I'm not gonna say it's durable because a buddy of mine, he broke his like on the first week or so. So durable, it's not that, but again, it's pretty cheap. And I've been using it for such a long time, so it's one of those things that you just have in there, and you have in your arsenal and you use, and that's what it is. This thing though, I gotta tell you, man, this thing is a whole different ball game. And I say this because it feels robust. Like, you can feel the quality on this thing, man. You can, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but you can probably drop this thing and not even worry about it because the case is pretty thick, man. It's pretty awesome. Not only that, but it was very useful, as you guys saw in the video, where you can actually turn it all this way around. I had the camera in the way, but I still was able to go ahead and boom, the numbers flip over, the Inkbird doesn't flip over. So, and the readings on this thing was damn near instant. I know that the Inkbird is fast, I get it, I get it, but it's nowhere near as fast as this thing. Nowhere near, and especially if you're cooking hot and fast and you're at a weird angle, you want to get that, you want to get the instant reading. Click on the hold button, get it out, see where you're at, and that's it, man. So I like it. These are both magnetic, no problem. They both have a backlight. However, on the Inkbird, after I think a minute or two or so, the light goes out, so you have to turn it off and turn it back on and get your readings that way. But this thing, I don't think it ever turns off, man. I think it's pretty awesome, and I have zero complaints on this thing. I gotta tell you, man, this thing is very awesome. If you have an Inkbird, you're probably okay. You're probably okay with your instant read thermometer, which I was already. But it's a whole different ballgame once you actually get one of these, right? Once you get one of these, man, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll feel the quality in your hand, and all these little small things is something that you can appreciate over the Inkbird. Now, that's not to say that the Inkbird doesn't have at least one thing over it, and it does. And it's just something, I don't know, maybe it'll bother you, maybe it won't, but I like convenience, so I'm gonna go ahead and mention it. The Inkbird has a little slot right there. You can go ahead and recharge it, no problem. Takes maybe like 15-20 minutes to charge up. You're good to go. This thing has some screws right there. See that? It's right here and right here. And you have to replace the batteries. Now, how long these batteries will last? Well, I'm not sure, but I've seen some comments and stuff like that some people haven't even replaced them within like 6 to 8 months, depending on how much usage and whatever. But it's just one thing that I wanted to mention that the Inkbird does have that this one doesn't. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. Why? Because I got rechargeable batteries to begin with in the first place, so it is what it is, right? But I don't mind that on this type of quality of instant read thermometer. It just doesn't bother me enough to say, oh, do I? No, it just doesn't. It's whatever. Overall, guys, this thing beats the Inkbird by, I don't know, man. You know, I'm probably not going to use this anymore at all, man. 100%. I'm just not. This thing is just too damn awesome for us not to use it. It's just awesome, man. Once you actually get one of these, you know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So that's the review over it. And be sure to go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. And as always, guys, be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Later, guys.